Welcome dear students to Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, KRT Arts, BH Commerce and AM Science, Allies, KTHM College Nashik. I am Professor Mr. S.K.Dharrao from the Department of Commerce. I will be indulging into the subject Computer Programming and Application, paper 3 of class TY BCom. The pattern that we are going to follow is the 2013 annual pattern. Subject code is 306L. And the topic of our discussion today is introduction to our syllabus. That what are the things that we are going to study in this particular paper is going to be the topic of discussion of our session today. The very first chapter that we are going to discuss is introduction to system concepts. As I told you earlier that this paper is about software engineering. Now as you all know, what is software? A software is something, a set of instructions that a computer follows. So this is a very crude definition, but for the time being, you just remember that what is software? A software is a set of instructions that is produced or developed to make a computer work, to perform. So software engineering means the process of development, creating new thing is software engineering, and into that we are going to see a system. So the first topic that we are going to study is the introduction to system concepts. Here remember what is meant by the word system. System means a set of things working together as a part of a mechanism or interconnecting network, a complex or a whole. Remember what I am saying. What is system? The set of things that are working together as a part of a mechanism. For example, let us take our school system, our college system, our railway reservation system, our let us say some more examples is that our education system is there, then the local self-government system is there. So everything comprises of a system. So any secluded part which is as a whole, we will call it as a system. But for the time being, you remember that it is a set of interconnected items that makes a network, is nothing but a system. And those concepts, those ideas of system, we are going to study in this particular topic, introduction to system concepts. So first we are going to understand the definition of system, that what is a system, its precise definition we are going to study. Then the next thing that we are going to study here is what are the elements of which the system is made. Every system is made up of single individual components. Those individual components we call them as elements. So we should know that what are these elements, what makes a system, and thus the topic of our interest is elements of system. So in our first topic of introduction to system concepts, we are going to study its definition and this elements of system. The next topic that is going to be our topic of concern is characteristics of our system. So characteristics, the meaning of the word characteristics means a feature or quality belonging typically to a particular item here. So here everything is with respect to software engineering, therefore the characteristics of system is going to be the characteristics of our software system. So how it is made, what are its different aspects, that is going to be the next concern of our topic, characteristics of system. The third topic that we are going to study is types of system. There are different types of system: open system, closed system, man-made system, man-machine system, and many more. So those different types of systems we are going to study in this topic of types of system. Then the last topic that we are going to study is system concepts. So what are the different concepts that are going to be involved in the development of system? Those system concepts, those abstract ideas, those are going to be the next topic of our concern, the system concept. So in all, in this first lesson, we are going to understand that what is system, its definition, what are the elements of system, what are the characteristics of system, what are the different types of system, and what are the ideas or the abstracts, those concepts which are involved in the development of a software. We are going to study under the topic system concepts. So this was all about our first topic that we are going to study for the paper 3, software engineering. The second topic that we are going to study is requirement analysis. Now remember students, here everything that we are going to do is with reference to a software here. So to develop a software, we need to know that what the system is about. That is why we have studied in our first lesson that what is system. Now once we are okay, we have understood what is system, then the next thing is that how to develop that system. What are the requirements of that system? So the next topic that we are going to study is requirement analysis. Now you should know what is meant by analysis. Analysis is the detailed examination of the elements or structure of your system. So you are going to study in detail, you are going to study and examine your system which you are going to develop. For example, if you are assigned to develop a software for a medical store system, so you should understand that what is the general functioning of that medical store system. So once you understand it, once you break it into simpler components, elements, that is called as analysis. Analysis is nothing but to break that particular complex system into a simple system, and that could be done by detailed examination of the system's elements or structure. So into this requirement analysis, the very first thing that we are going to study is what is the definition of system analysis. So the second topic that we are going to study is requirement anticipation. Remember my dear students, the word anticipation here means to predict something. So since we are into development of a system, we should anticipate, we should predict that this might be the requirements of that particular person for whom we are going to develop the software. So requirement anticipation, this is one of the important characteristics that a software analyst should have in him, that he should be able to analyze the system, and furthermore he should be able to anticipate, he should be able to predict what are going to be the expected inputs and outputs of that particular system. So that is requirement anticipation. The next thing is knowledge and qualities of system analyst. Since the person who is going to perform these activities of defining a system, anticipating the requirements of a system, there are certain qualities, that knowledge and qualities that particular person should have. So the topic of our concern will be knowledge and qualities of system analyst. Then the next topic that we are going to study is role of system analyst. So if the person is quite knowledgeable and he has all the qualities of being a system analyst, if he is able to analyze the system, he is able to anticipate the requirement of the system prior to the development of system, that person will be a good person, and those qualities are going to be the important qualities which are going to help to perform the role of system analyst in the software engineering process. So the role of system analyst in a software engineering process is an important aspect of software engineering. Now to develop a system, we need to know certain facts. Now you should understand the meaning of the word fact. The meaning of the word fact means it is a thing known or proved to be true. So those facts, there are certain techniques, so fact gathering techniques are going to be of utmost importance. Like questionnaire is there, face-to-face, one-to-one discussions is going to be there. So in this way, the analyst is going to gather facts about the system, and then he is able to communicate the things to the developers. So a system analyst is an important interface between the developers and the software for whom it is being developed for. So the role of system analyst is very important. He is going to gather those facts using different techniques such as face-to-face interaction, questionnaires, and many more things. So this was about requirement analysis. To develop a software, we need to examine the system, we need to predict what are the requirements of the system, we need to talk to the customer that what are his requirements. All those things, they are the part of the second topic, requirement analysis. The third lesson that we are going to learn is introduction to software engineering. So once we are done with what is meant by system, once we are knowing that what is a system, then we should know that how to develop that system. Then we can go for software engineering. Remember, my dear students, the meaning of the word engineering means the action of working artfully to bring out something. So here you are going to perform some actions to produce a software. So that is meant by engineering. So here you are going to produce a software. That is why this particular topic has been labeled as software engineering, and its introduction is going to be the topic of our concern in this particular section. So the things that we are going to study here is the definition of software engineering. Then we are going to understand that why there is a need of software engineering. The next topic that we are going to study is software characteristics. So what are the different types of softwares? What are its characteristics? And how to indulge or inculcate these characteristics into our software is going to be the next session of our discussion. A software has a qualities, so all those qualities we are going to discuss in this particular topic, software qualities. Then there have been different quality factors, and some of them has been named after some people. One of them is McCall's, and he has developed some McCall's quality factors. Those McCall quality factors such as product operation factors, which deals with the correctness, reliability, efficiency, integrity and usability of software. The second quality factor is product revision factor, which deals with maintainability, flexibility, testability of the software. And the third important quality factor is product transition factors, which are namely portability, reusability, interoperability. So these are the things that we are going to study under the topic McCall's quality factors, product operation factors, product revision factors, and product transition factors. So in this particular lesson of introduction to software engineering, we are going to understand the need and definition of software engineering. We are also going to study the characteristics and qualities of a software. Besides that, there are different quality factors to develop a software. Those quality factors we are going to study in this particular lesson, introduction to software engineering. The last topic of this semester that we are going to study is software development methodology. Dear student, please understand the meaning of the word development. Here, the meaning of the word development means to produce something. So what are the different methods? Methodologies means methods. So the different methods that are adopted in the development of software, the different methods that are used in developing a software. These are the topics of our concern in this particular session of software development methodologies. So the very important amongst these is that you should know what is the system development life cycle. So we are going to understand the system development life cycle. We are going to develop a system. So what is the life cycle of the system? What are the elements of the system, or what are the components of the system? How the system is going to perform, how the system should perform. All these concerns we are going to discuss in the topic SDLC, system development life cycle. In short, I can say that software development life cycle is a process used by the software industry to to design, develop and test high quality softwares. The SDLC aims to produce a high quality software that meets or exceeds customer expectation, reaches completion within times and cost estimates. So system development lifecycle is concerned with the development and the final outcome of this system that which you are going to develop. It should take care of the different needs of the users, and it should test the quality of the software, and it should meet the expectation of customer. Those cares are taken in system development life cycle. The keywords in system development life cycle is high quality software to meet the expectations of customers. It should reach within time, cost estimates. These are some of the important terms that you are going to learn in this particular topic, system development life cycle, SDLC. Into this, we are going to study some models. Some of the popular models are waterfall model, spiral model. If I had to, in few words, discuss what is waterfall model, then I can say that the waterfall model was the first process model to be introduced. It is also referred to as a linear sequential life cycle model. It is very simple to understand and use. Here the word linear sequential means one step is followed by the next one. So unless the previous step is finished, the next step cannot be performed. That is called as linear sequential life cycle model. It is very simple to understand and use. In a waterfall model, each phase must be completed before the next phase can begin, and there is no overlapping in the phases of waterfall model. Then the next model that we are going to study is spiral model. The spiral model combines the idea of iterative development with the systematic controlled aspects of the waterfall model. Here the word iterative means that certain steps are going to be repeated again and again so that the desired outcome can be found out. That is called as iterative development. The spiral model is a combination of iterative development process model and sequential linear development model. That is the waterfall model with a very high emphasis on risk analysis. It allows incremental release of the product or incremental refining through each iteration around the spiral. Here, dear students, remember incremental releases means or why there are going to be iterations. Because whenever you are going to develop a particular product, at the very first or at the very onset of that particular product, it is not going to be the perfect one. So there are going to be the revisions in its development. So those developments are carried out in spiral model with reference to risk analysis. Then the next model that we are going to study is the prototyping model. The prototyping model is one of the most popular used software development lifecycle models. This model is used when the customers do not know the exact project requirements beforehand. Very important thing that you are going to remember regarding prototype model, that the customer is new, he don't know what are his requirements. So this prototype model is going to be very useful in such case where the customer does not know the exact ideas of his requirements beforehand of the development of product. So the process starts by interviewing the customers and developing the incomplete high level of paper model. So prototyping model is good for the customers who don't have their first hand system being developed. So there comes the prototyping model. And at last, the model that we are going to study is the RAD model. The RAD model is the Rapid Application Development Model, which is based on prototyping and iterative development with no specific involved, with no specific planning involved. The process of writing the software itself involves the planning requirement for developing the product. Rapid application development focuses on gathering customer requirements through workshops or focus groups, early testing of the prototypes by the customer using iterative concepts, reuse of the existing prototypes, continuous integrations and rapid delivery. In simple words, we can say that this rapid application model development focuses on getting the inputs from the user domain, from the users, refining those into the product, bringing it to the users, getting it executed at the users, and again refining it again and again and again and again, so that the product becomes the final product. So this is a very nice model that can be implemented in the software development life cycle. So in short, in this particular lesson, we are going to discuss what is meant by system development life cycle, what are the different models that are going to be involved in developing a software, namely the topics that we are going to study is waterfall model, spiral model, prototyping model, and RAD model. So these are the things that we are going to study in this total semester of our software engineering paper 3 for the class D by BCom. I am Mr. S.K.Dharrao. Bids you. Thanks. This is all for the day. Have a great day. Thank you.